This is the Testosterone Podcast with Noel, Keith, and Steve. And now, brace yourself for greatness.
What?
And welcome to episode 47.
47.
Chip, 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 chip.
Hey, you guys!
And we're off and running.
Yes, we are.
And welcome. This is the Testosterone Podcast. This is Keith with Noel and Steve. How's it going, dudes?
Good.
Good. And obviously, Ned Niederlander and those guys must be with us somewhere too.
Yes. Yeah.
My
little buttercup.
Yeah. How can you tell it's a mail plane? Anyway.
I love that movie.
That is like one of the classic movies.
It is. There's so many good one-liners in that movie. It's crazy.
So okay, if you could reach back and look at, like, say your top three, like if you needed to pull some good quotes out of nowhere, what movies would they be?
Airplane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's a great Airplane. One. Naked Gun. Man, pretty much anything with Nielsen in it.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Man. Yeah.
Top Gun had some good ones.
Top Gun. I'm gonna totally throw in Tommy Boy.
Oh gosh, yeah. Brothers don't hug. Brothers don't take in. Brothers gotta hug.
Richard, that's a pretty girl out there. Anyway.
What was your favorite team, Richard? Is it the Yankees? That guy, little coat. That guy in little coat. You know where the gym is? No, check it out.
I'll check it out.
Housekeeping.
Tommy needs sleeping for the love of God. Oh, man. You know, there are a ton of movie review sites on podcasts, but I can see why. They're just so fun to quote, man.
Oh, yeah. They are. This is easy, our most off-the-wall intro to an episode yet.
It really is. Without a doubt. And why not? You know, I'm just proud. So last week we were trying to show the example, since we're doing Electronics Week. You know, I thought I would show the example of how not to do a microphone.
Yeah.
Versus how to do it. Hopefully I'm doing the microphone right this time. But yeah, let it be a lesson to everybody. Plug your crap in before you start. I'm just saying. Yeah. It's really a bad choice, and you sound like you're talking through a guppy mouth. It's weird. So anyway. But how's y'all's week?
Very good. Very good. Watched some interesting football games yesterday, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, I tell you what, interesting. I mean, those referees got it down, didn't they?
Oh my goodness. I bet you that line judge on the Saints game got fired today. If he didn't, then there's something wrong. Because, I mean, that's just
how you could miss something like that.
It was blatant. I mean, even the guy for the Rams, the defensive guy for the Rams, said today, "Oh yeah, it was definitely pass interference. I got there too early." And he made a decision, like, I can either stop the touchdown or let him catch the ball and he scores a touchdown. And he decided to just stop him at whatever means possible. And when he hit him and he looked up expecting a flag, and there was no flag. So, man.
And you can't fault the player. I mean, he's got to make a quick decision like that. That's what the refs are out there for, you know?
That's right.
So crazy.
Man.
You know, I don't know the details yet, but I saw that there was a list going around trying to what's that called? Yeah, petition going around right now to get the NFL to replay that game, and I'll be curious to follow that. As I saw the story about an hour before we recorded, and be curious to see what type of traction that gets. You know, there's no way they're going to replay that game, but if anything, it'll hopefully encourage some rule changes during the off season, and you got to believe that adding instant replay to pass interference calls is going to be one of them.
Oh yeah,
you would think so. Yeah. And it's so frustrating to think of. You know, these are serious games where people put their physical. I mean, you know, they put everything into it, and for somebody to screw up, you know, it just. That's got to be disheartening to the players. I mean, on both sides. For winning, you've got to be mad that you won like that when you know you probably could have won anyway.
Yeah.
But for losing, you got to be mad that you lost like that because you could have possibly won. You know, nobody wins in those situations. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
There were some calls they missed on the New Orleans side as well too. I saw like 4 of them today. There were like a face mask penalty, a couple face mask penalties that they missed. That but still, it wasn't as consequential as the one that they missed for the at the end of the game. They missed that one on the Rams. It was terrible.
Yeah,
just terrible. Yeah. But
well, I mean, to me, and I know that there's different rules on how you can review plays and stuff, but to everybody's point, people are human. There could have been anything going on that this guy was looking out for that we can't ever fathom. But that's what you should be able to do, reviews for something that blatant. Yeah. Something's got to be done, and hopefully they'll review that and do better. It's frustrating.
Can't be any worse.
Can't be worse. That's for sure. This is. I saw the pass interference call on Tom Brady where the guy just like raised his chin, I think, with his back palm or something. Did you see that?
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. Yeah.
It was like,
it's just it's at some point, and I sent you. We've come a long way. You also got the picture I just sent you, right? Of the first Super Bowl. So So I'm looking at this online and this Lynn Dawson in Super Bowl I of the Kansas City Chiefs. You've got him sitting on the bench at halftime, smoking a cigarette, drinking a Fresca. Okay, things have come a long way to where you can't even graze the quarterback without a passer or without a roughing the passer call. So, for better or for worse, I guess you protect people and get them better. But there was a little bit of an edge that could be still nice to have, I guess. But that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, Babe Ruth was famous for heading to the ball game straight from the bar. So
yeah. I mean, and good thing he had 2 bats to swing at those 2 balls. So
right.
Good.
You ended up with a pretty good batting average despite all that.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Yeah.
Like what did I throw back to Tombstone where Doc Holliday, the guy's like, I bet you're looking at 2 of me, that I have 2 guns, 1 for each of you. I love that. You remember that scene? Oh, that's great. Oh man. That's another one that you can do epic quotes from.
Oh, yeah.
Tombstone.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember who it was. May have been something I read on Facebook last night, but somebody said that, across many sports venues, there just seems to be this growing issue of the quality of the refereeing out there.
Yeah.
College basketball, college football has had some issues. I mean, you can think of, baseball is probably the one sport I can think of where the umpires are pretty darn good and amazingly good. And I'm so baffled how there can be a throw out at first, and 99% of the time that umpire has that call correct. And but seems like if you're a football referee, you definitely got a bad rap right now, and definitely eager to see what type of rule changes we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully something good will come about it.
Yeah,
like you say, Noel, can't get much worse. You're right.
Sure can't. Sure can't. It's a tainted Super Bowl in my opinion, but
it really is.
Yeah. Too bad.
But like you say, Steve, you're right. I mean, how they can get this little ball hit the glove and watch the foot at the same time and be that accurate as many times as they can. You'd think somebody that could see something the size of a bowling ball landing in the hand after somebody gets hit, should be pretty obvious,
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Oh, well, that's to each his own. All I can say is I wouldn't want to be one. So whatever, that's I don't think any official, and I know some guys that are officials, and that's a tough thing to do. You've got to have, not only nerves of steel, but you got to have a pretty thick skin in any sport. That's a tough thing to do because you will always be the enemy at some point about something. So it's crazy. Well, we're into 47. This is a kind of a fun episode here that we are going to be doing some talks about, obviously, sports, and then we're also going to be doing a review on our boxes. So we introduced, gosh, probably 20 episodes ago, I did a review on Bespoke Post, and those guys at Bespoke Post were nice enough to send each one of us a box for free. And it wasn't for review. It wasn't to do anything other than just to say thank you for giving us a shout out. And so really appreciate them doing that. And so what we thought we would do in this episode is just talk a little sports, talk a little things like that, but also just kind of go over what they sent us, what the name of the product was, some of the things that were in it, and just kind of what we think about it. And then we are also going to continue this week with the next episode with Mark, and he's going to be giving us a lowdown of the Consumer Electronics Show. He's got a bunch of pictures that we're going to share not only on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter pages, but also on our new Testosterone Podcast webpage at testosteronepodcast.com. So we'll have that in our blog. Pretty good stuff. So that's going to be the next episode. But for this one, each of us got a product box from Bespoke Post, and as a thank you, we just want to kind of describe what they were. And Steve, I'll let you start off. Tell us a little bit about the one that you got and what your thoughts are.
Yeah. So, I mean, the box I got was called Concentrate, and the contents of the box had a cold brew iced coffee maker. It's a 30-ounce pitcher. Then I got a concrete desk set, which basically is a small little memo tray, and then a pen and pencil cup. And that thing's really cool because they're made out of actually concrete cement and really super heavy. And it's actually my favorite thing in the box, believe it or not. But the cold brew coffee maker is super easy. I'll set it up at night, and next thing in the morning, it's already ready to go. I don't use it a lot because cold coffee in Alaska doesn't make a lot of sense. But I probably should have thought that through before I picked out the box. But I really do enjoy it. It tastes great. You can pick any coffee you want to go in there. And so I thoroughly enjoy it. It also came with a bottle of bitters. And I'll be honest, I haven't used that yet because I have no idea what really I'm supposed to do with it. So I'm sure I added to the coffee, but I don't know. I'm confused by that. So anyway, but it's I love how the box came packed. It's nice and professional looking. And, definitely be something that I use for Father's Day gift ideas whenever we get closer to Father's Day. So,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, thanks again to those guys for making that happen for us.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Noel, which one did you get?
I got the chill box, and it's a outdoor, it's a portable outdoor cooler bag thing. I was trying not to say thing, and then I just got stuck on it. So it's a cooler bag. So it's an insulated bag to carry like cold drinks and things like that. So like if you're going, like I use it to carry my lunches and stuff to work. Since I've been on this diet, I take like a week's worth of lunch and stuff like that to work, and so pack all my food in it. It's big enough to carry everything with it. It keeps everything cold for a long time. Actually took this bag on a trip too when we went up to my parents' house for Thanksgiving and loaded all my drinks and food and cool stuff, food that had to stay cool for several days. Put some ice in there and kept everything cold. The best part about it, other than how good it is it's not like one of my wife's pretty froofy, right, girly looking bags. It's actually like a dark green looking color, really, really good looking bag. And so, nice. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It has a, also came with a can opener or like a bottle opener type thing too. It's real sturdy. Haven't had the opportunity to use that yet, but it's a neat looking bag. Something I think I'll definitely use for many years. So I really appreciate our friends at Bespoke Post for sending it to me, and look forward to using that for a long time to come. So
awesome.
Good stuff.
Hey, are you going to Mancation?
You betcha. I'll bring it there.
And that's where we're going to put that puppy to use.
You better believe it. I'll bring the bottle opener for that. So
nice. Yes, I will help you break that sucker.
There you go.
I'll tell you. That'll be good.
What about you, Keith?
Awesome. Well, yeah. So the one that I got, and it was one that you were interested in too, Noel. So I apologize that but I appreciate you letting us get this one. We got Hecho, Hecho, which stands for kind of made in, and it's basically a kind of a Mexican flair food preparation type of thing. So it came with a little metal stand where you can put tacos, and they kind of stand up when you're serving tacos. It also came with a kit where you can make salsas. And so it came with little glass bottles with corks for the top, and also little strainers, seasoners that you can make your own different salsas. And that went a long way with me, because I don't know if y'all know this, I'm a huge hot sauce making fool. I love making salsas and things like that. So this was neat because the products that they use are a little bit more, if you can relate it to more of a Tabasco texture than a salsa where it's chunky, it's more of a liquidy. And so the strainer side that they did a lot of the more of the kind of the liquid where you just put them on like eggs and things like that. But they were really good. Both of the packets, there were 2 different packets of seasonings that they used, and both of them were really good. And the final thing was it was a mortar and pestle to where you can make guacamole. And so I made the huge mistake of introducing this to my youngest stepdaughter, right? So she is now a guacamole eating fool. Like every week she's like, we need more avocados. Dude, we need more avocados. Oh my gosh. Can we get some more avocados? And it's so funny because she's, none of us really were like huge guacamole fans before, but there's something about it being fresh. It tastes so good. And so, yeah, I don't have a problem buying them for her. Wow. So, but she really liked making them and putting the mixes in, and we've been experimenting with making our own type of diced tomatoes and such. And then there's also mixes that you can just buy at the stores that will complement those. So we've had a lot of fun. We've had more fun with a guacamole maker than we've had with anything, honestly. So I really enjoyed it, and it's been something that we have used consistently. And I can honestly say it doesn't sit there and collect dust. So, and that, you worry sometimes when you buy these things. It's like, okay, is this going to be a one-hit wonder? But we've brought that out a lot. So it's been good. So I appreciate that, guys. And again, with the folks at Bespoke Post, we really appreciate you. I know it's been a little while since you sent those to us. We haven't forgotten about you. We were knee deep in college football, pick challenges and all sorts of stuff. And we wanted to make sure that we gave you the attention you deserved for taking the time and the expense and the effort for providing us these boxes. And again, we know you didn't ask for any kind of review as a thank you, but this is just our thank you to you. We really appreciate you doing this for us, and we definitely will continue to promote your product. That being said, don't forget, for our listeners, if you go on Bespoke Post, you do get the chance to get a discount off of your first box. It's actually a 20% discount off of your first box. So if you go into Bespoke Post and you sign in and you sign up and you go to your first box, you can enter a promotional code. And the promotional code for us is TZONE, TZONE 20. And so if you put TZONE 20 into that, you will get 20% discount off of your first box. And that's as a thank you for listening to our show and for letting us kind of help partner with the Bespoke Post. They've been a great group, excellent service. If I've ever had to email it, they're very friendly, and they get back to me within the same day that I send emails out. So I've really appreciated not only the quality of products that they have, and but also the service and the friendliness of their company. So I really hope and wish for them all sorts of success.
Awesome.
And I hope that we can help contribute to that. Cool. This is the time that we all look forward to. Just kind of, this is going to be a short episode because we really want to make sure that this week we highlight Mark and his interview and kind of a rundown of the Consumer Electronics Show, which is going to be coming up this week too, in episode 48. But I wanted to ask you guys, did you know what my first job was?
Mm-mm.
My first job was at an orange juice factory, but I got canned because I couldn't concentrate.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Come on, that's good.
Oh, yeah, that's a groaner. That's a groaner.
Painful.
That's a groaner of groaners.
I would like to say it's a groaner.
It's a groaner. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, that just took the wind out of me.
Yeah.
The good thing about it is there's only one way to go, and that's up.
True. That's right. I'll follow that.
No problem. No problem.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. If a child refuses to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting arrest?
Oh,
Things you got to think about, you know.
that's pretty good. That is something to think about. Definitely.
I got a question for you. How do you get an octopus to laugh?
How do you get an octopus? I don't know.
Tentacles.
Oh
my
God,
God.
Steve.
And you all made fun of mine? Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. That was painful but beautiful at the same time. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, like I said, this is just a little quick review of the Bespoke Post and just kind of our quick thoughts about how the playoffs went. So, guys, Super Bowl predictions. Who are y'all going for?
You know what? God, I hate to say this. You know,
you're going to go there, aren't you?
I know everybody's tired of the Patriots winning it, but gosh, they're too good. Brady's too good. We all knew that whenever he had 2 minutes left last night, 1:57 to be exact, that they were going to do exactly what they did. And his only mistake in that last 2 minutes was giving Mahomes enough time to move the ball down the field.
Yep.
But you know what? He's a winner. And it's annoying.
He knows how to win.
We're all ready for him to retire, so we give the opportunity to someone else. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they win the Super Bowl and then Brady hangs it up after this.
Yeah, he needs to go out on top. If he doesn't, that's really would be a mistake. I think.
Yeah.
So
what about you? Unfortunately, I agree. I wish I didn't think that, but. There's just some people that, you know, when you give them the ball, you kind of just know they're going to win, you know, they're going to score. And last night when they did the coin toss for the beginning of overtime, which by the way, the NFL needs to figure out why they're fixing everything else. They need to figure out how to fix overtime because their overtime rules are stupid. But when they got the ball, I was like, oh man, you know, he's gonna drive down the field. Mahomes isn't even gonna get a chance to even get the ball. And sure enough, that's what happened. So, you know, there's just some players that when they have the ball, it's, you know, it's their game, and he's that kind of player. And I wish he wasn't that way, but man, he sure is. So I think it's gonna be another Patriots victory, unfortunately. I wish the Rams could do it. I think it'd be a great story, but I don't think it's going to happen. So anyway.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think next year will be when the next generation steps in, but this year's still a Patriots year, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see the some of the more awesome, exciting offenses. Mahomes will be back. I'm sure of that. Class act move that Tom Brady went and reached out and seeked him out after the game, though. Got to stay. So. But yeah, no, I'm with you guys. Patriots, I think, should pull this out. They just have a way in the postseason of just dominating. It's like they hold off all of their stops until then, and then they just go for it. It's crazy. So
yeah.
But anyway, good luck to both teams, and to the teams that didn't make it. Y'all fought hard, and whether the referee caused problems or not, it was a hard-fought game, and y'all got to hold your heads high because, man, for both postseason games, you go into overtime. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So sounds good. Well, listen, we're going to cut this one off. Thank you guys. It was fun. Appreciate the reviews of Bespoke Post. Thank you for sending those to us again, and we will continue to praise your products and your service because you guys have been awesome allies and just an outstanding group to work with. And so we appreciate it. And stay tuned for episode 48, where we will have our friend Mark on it to do the Consumer Electronics Show review. So look forward to talking to you guys on episode 48.
Later, guys.
Cool. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, thanks again for listening to the Testosterone Zone. We sure had a blast visiting with you. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, leave us some feedback, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
All Testosterone Zone podcast episodes are written and produced by Noel, Keith, and Steve unless otherwise noted.
The opinions expressed in the Testosterone Zone podcast are our own and not those of our employers, families, parents, kids, dogs, cats, your mom, or any other entity Noel, Keith, or Steve are affiliated with now, in the past, or in the future, or ever.
you want? What you want?
What you want? I'll tell you what I want. I want some once. What? Podcast making. Yeah.
This is testosterone freestyle tonight.
That's right. We need the auto tune.
That's right.
Good times.
That was awesome. I was recording too, so
I know. I realized that about halfway through the what you wants.
Were y'all dancing in your chair during that?
I did.
Oh yeah, of course.
Spring bouncing, it was going.
I'm pretty sure I'll be sore in the morning after
I
that.
gotta buy me a new chair on Amazon after this.
Goodness gracious.
Good times.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Whew.
Oh my gosh.